picture this. You're at the gym, doing some time on the Stairmaster, running on the treadmill, something like that. It's a normal day at the gym, right? Not too busy, not totally empty. You see a guy come out onto the floor. You got your earbuds in, listening to your favorite podcast or whatever. You're paying him no mind, you just see him walk in. But you feel that feeling of somebody watching you. You see him glance your way a few times here and there. Makes you a little bit uncomfortable, but whatever. You're just doing your thing. Have your earbuds in your world, right? The guy across the room finishes whatever he's doing, and it looks like he's coming towards the cardio area where you are. There's multiple other machines on either side of you, but he comes to the one right next to you. Maybe he starts trying to chat you up a little bit. You try to kind of signal, I have my earbuds in, I'm doing my thing right now. But he keeps trying. He keeps just trying to make conversation with you. So you oblige because you're not trying to look like a dick. He comments on your looks or maybe a piece of clothing that you're wearing. You try to gently express a little disinterest, but still not trying to be a dick. This is a strange man in a public place and you don't know what's going to happen. The situation escalates a little bit. You tell him that you're just trying to do your workout. Suddenly, you can tell you've hurt his feelings a little bit. He says something like, "Oh, but you just look so good." If he's really a dick, maybe he'll say something like, "Why are you dressed like that if you don't want this kind of attention?" Now, if you're thinking to yourself right now, that's pretty fucked up, that's pretty douchey behavior, then congratulations, you've passed the test. You are a sane person. Unfortunately, getting this kind of attention at the gym is not really uncommon for women. And if you have even a lick of common sense, then you understand that it's all about self-control, minding people's boundaries, giving people space, especially when they're doing something like working out in public. Clothes that women wear in all kinds of scenarios, but especially a place like the gym, has always been a hot topic of discussion because apparently men are fucking zoo animals who can't control themselves and can't just leave you alone when you clearly don't want to talk to them. And social media is a treasure trove of terrible gym interactions, as unfortunately this kind of behavior is not very few and far between. And somehow it always becomes women's fault for wearing leggings or doing squats or existing, I guess. So if you heard that situation I've just described to you and you thought, yeah, that guy's a fucking dick, then I've got a character for you to meet today. I had the great fortune of seeing this post on my timeline a couple times in the last couple of days. Christian fitness influencer is going viral for opening a lust-free, men-only gym to protect members from infidelity urges. He started it after having an affair at a regular gym.
Huh?
I saw this post and I just knew if this is how they're talking about it in a meme, then I have to see this guy's marketing. Jeff Hambrecht had a problem with regular gyms. The Oklahoma City-based Christian fitness influencer says the gym was the setting for an affair in his previous marriage, and that experience convinced him something needed to change. Aww. Yeah, you need to look in the mirror. I mean, if you're a gym bro, you probably do that a lot, but it's a figure of speech, Jeff. His solution? Build a gym without women in it. Opened in Oklahoma City as a men-only, faith-based gym designed to help Christian men stay physically and spiritually strong without what Hambrecht describes as the temptations of a regular gym environment. In a nutshell, one of the number one places that affairs and infidelity occur, cheating, is the gym. I love the homoerotic irony of only wanting to hang out with naked guys at the gym, only want to see shirtless guys. The gym's website describes it as a space for men tired of lukewarm faith, men who know they were made for more, and men ready to train hard, pray harder, and walk boldly. Jeff, you could be doing all of these things at the regular gym if you were just not a psychopath who couldn't leave women alone or not be tempted by seeing another woman somewhere. Just a thought. He's also spoken publicly about a history of homelessness, addiction, and pornography addiction that lasted nearly 20 years. And that's great. I love those kind of stories of I turned my life around, and I built this business. I got really into going to the gym, something like that. But if you overcame that kind of addiction and you still don't see that you're the problem in this situation, I mean, I've never been through that, but I'm if there's any former addicts out there that think that's weirdo behavior still, please let me know in the comments. A second men-only Christian gym, Youth Group for Men and Remnant Men, is set to open in Denver later this year. Its founder, Mitch Parsons, describes it as a place where men can train his body without having nakedness shoved in his face.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That detail caught the attention of Baptist news writer Rick Pidcock, who noted that Denver gym policies already require members to wear shirts at all times and that public indecency laws in Denver prohibit the exposure of genitals in public. The nakedness, in other words, appears to be women in workout clothes. Also very curious, already, about the ex-wife in this situation, this guy's ex-wife. Sounds like he's always been a clown, man. Good for you getting out of this. So I found not only this guy's Instagram, but also the Instagram account for the gym that he opened, and both of them have less than 500 followers. Normally I would think it's kind of in bad taste to make fun of somebody that isn't even really making a big footprint on the internet, even though apparently this is going viral. But when you have this kind of audacity to blame women for your problems, yeah, I'm gonna roast. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been saying I'm sorry too much. I'm not fucking sorry. So we're gonna creep on the Instagram account for the gym that he founded. He named the gym Proverbs 27:17. Yes, a Bible verse is the name of the gym. And just, by the way, if you don't know, Proverbs 27:17 says, as iron sharpens iron, one person sharpens another. So it's supposed to be this whole, bro energy working together to be better men. So let's see what's going on at Proverbs 27:17, the gym.
What is up, guys? Jeff from Proverbs. A little out of breath, just finished a workout, but want to jump on here real quick because I realized I haven't told you guys why we're men's only. Who are we? So, in a nutshell, one of the number one places affairs and infidelity occur.
I can't really tell. I kind of want to ask my husband this, but he looks very red. Very red. Man, terrible haircut. I'm sorry. I'm just going at him right now, but I don't think you should be thinking about a list of places where you might accidentally where you might cheat on your partner. I think you should think about why or why not you would do those things. Just a thought.
Cheating is the gym. Byproduct of someone who had an affair in my previous marriage. Doesn't work out well for you, fellas. Don't do it. So what did God?
Yeah, don't do it. Just go to the gym like a normal person and mind your fucking business. And especially if you're married.
He took what the devil meant for evil, turned it into good, put it on my heart to start this men's fitness and ministry center where there are no distractions. There's no temptations to women walk around, fellas. So if you want to be
just immediately, the first mention of women is calling them temptations. You're already objectifying them. They're not even there, and you're objectifying them. Them being in the gym is a temptation. No, just don't act like a fucking dog.
God-fallen man. If you're a husband, you want to be a husband, come to a spot that's going to put you in the best shape, not just physically, because it'll do that too, but spiritually as well. Men are not being led out there. God's called me to be a leader. I'm going to lead some men to God. Strength and conditioning classes, Bible study every single week. Drop me a message.
Going to Bible study at the gym sounds like a 21st century form of torture. Having devotionals with your gym bros. There's something a little gay about it, I think. But,
Link in bio to sign up for a class. Looking forward to see you guys. Love you. Have a blessed.
I became a pretty hot topic on the internet over the last week thanks to Baptist Global News and Mr. Rick.
I've become a pretty hot topic. This reel has 67 likes.
I wrote a story about my gym. The context of it was probably a little bit out there because, you'd have to actually talk to the gym owner before you actually knew what happened behind the four walls. But guess what? We love you. You get your opinion. But I also want to come on here and clarify some things and clear some things up for you. First of all, we do own a men's fitness and ministry center here in Oklahoma City that I operate at in the evenings. But contrary to popular belief, it was not created solely just to eliminate lust because we have this crazy lust problem we can't control ourselves. No, it was created.
Sounds like you do. It sounds like that's the reason you're saying you did this. So which is it?
Because if you go to your local church or anywhere for that matter, the women's groups are about this long for a list and men's groups are about this. And anybody and everyone who's read the Bible knows that in Genesis, God created men to lead their families, and that has taken a back seat in today's
Led your wife into divorcing your ass.
world. I used to be one of them. You talk about accountability in a lot of these messages. The first thing that I teach the guys is something that I had to do. I had to look in the mirror and take accountability for who I had became, which was a crappy husband at one point, which was a crappy father at one point. All your guys'
They have kids together, dude. Oh, that sucks.
messages that you send me that are supposed to be nasty. You're not telling me anything I didn't already know at one point. But the beauty of God and who He is that I'm redeemed. I'm not that guy anymore. Luke 9:62 says, "Those who put their hand to the plow and look back are not fit for the kingdom of God." I ain't looking back. I'm looking straight forward at God and what He has coming for me and the man that He wants me to be. And so that's what I do nowadays is I take what I learned through some dark times in my life that were fully on me, and I take all those lessons that I learned and I help other men avoid those mistakes. I help other men avoid losing their marriages or being crappy dads or just not being good human beings in general, because I can empathize exactly where they are at. Anything they are going through or have done, I've probably done it myself. So what better way to try to make this world a little bit of a better place than to create a space where men can come as they are and be vulnerable, because men don't have opportunities to be vulnerable. There's hundreds of millions of men out there right now struggling with mental health, struggling with just being in the than to create a space where men can come as they are and be vulnerable, because men don't have opportunities to be vulnerable.
I would say that this is true. Obviously, we see the whole, like, incel crisis, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's a little bit dramatic, but by doing so, by creating a gym that excludes women because you can't control yourself around them, it's a little weird. Like, just have some gym bros. You can have a group that you do gym stuff together, and you're focused on your little area. I don't know. I have to tune out everybody else when I'm at the gym, because otherwise I would get too introspective and think I look stupid or whatever. So I really just have to, like, do my own thing. And, that's free. That's free to do. It's not that hard.
Hundreds of millions of men out there right now struggling with mental health, struggling with just being in the dumps and putting on a fake smile every single day and walking out in the world, but deep down they are absolutely destroyed. So with that said, men, if you see this, and I hope you do, reach out to me if you're struggling. Don't take your own life. Don't do something that is going to leave a warped path behind you. Send me a message. Second of all the people who send me nasty messages, I love you guys. Each and every single one of you. I'll make some more videos on who we are, but just wanted to address that topic because now,
haters.
Quick to listen, slow to speak. There you go. Love you guys.
Plot twist. His gym is just a parking lot. He's just frying these, like, pictures to make them look more muscly or whatever, and they're all wearing the Jesus is King shirts. It's so homoerotic coded. I can't explain it, but this is really funny to me. Is he gonna fry it again? I love when they just fry the edit like that. It's so funny. Epic, dude. The back of his head. I can't even look at it.
What is up, guys? I know, not in the gym, and I have a shirt on. Wild day today. But I want to jump on here real quick, guys. I know I got a lot of new followers.
Do you have a lot of new followers? So this other guy they're talking about, this Parsons guy, he owns a similar gym in Denver, I guess. I haven't looked into him at all. But he makes his members sign a covenant called Rule of Life that requires such beliefs as marriages between one man and one woman, two genders given by God at creation, requires strict adherence to behavioral and moral standards of the Remnant Gym Membership Agreement. Dude, joining the gym, like, it's already weird how hard it is to, like, quit a gym, like a normal gym. Like, they make it really hard because they try to guilt you and be like, oh, but don't you want this for your health? And this guy's trying to get you to, like, agree to, like, a moral code that you have to follow every day. And if you break it, or if you have, like, a gay friend or something, you get kicked out of the gym. That's kind of crazy. If you're wondering how much it costs to be a member at a gym like this, I think this is the one in Denver they're talking about, but $150 per month. Tier 2 access, $250 a month, including access to a golf simulation game. If I see this man, it's on site, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna go ice my head because I feel like my brain is gonna explode from how stupid this was. Hey there, this is Editing Bree, and I'm gonna just kind of take over the last few minutes of this video. So I filmed the original clips for this video like fully 3 weeks ago, because I filmed a couple of videos right back to back before I went on vacation, so that when I got home I would have something to edit. The rest of Jeff's social media, not talking so much about the women exclusivity of it. He makes all these posts like, are you stronger than a 38-year-old single dad? Which I love that he is pulling the single dad card when he knows full well that he's the reason his marriage ended, but besides the point.
Are you fitter than a 38-year-old dad? We got it.
But just across the rest of his social media, he seems to kind of ignore the inflammatory nature of these ideas that he's spreading, or at least, like, you know, the buzz around him. He wasn't, like, living and breathing that through his social media, so I just thought that kind of made him chicken shit. He just wants to be, like, this normal gym guy who's sensible and loves Jesus and whatever. And I considered just scrapping the video about him altogether. But I got home and I started editing it, and lo and behold, 2 days ago, Fox News posted this video of him again talking about the gym.
The idea of a lust-free gym, it's not like we're a bunch of guys who can't control ourselves and we stay indoors. If you're an alcoholic or you're on drugs and you're trying to get out of that circle, you're probably going to avoid drugs and alcohol. So why would lust be any different? If you're struggling with pornography and lust and women, why would you keep going to a place over and over and over where you're going to keep getting yourself in trouble? Or taking away the temptation of, hey, you're coming to a gym, whether you're single or married, and you're going to focus on what needs to be focused on. And then, yeah, obviously you're going to go out in the world and there's going to be females. That's part of the deal. But the goal is you start re-looking at relationships and women and females and life in general from more of a biblical sense.
Oh boy, there's a lot to unpack in that one again. Comparing women to addictive substances or alcohol is objectification. Alcohol at a bar or drugs at a party are objects that exist within a specific context to achieve a specific desired outcome. Women are living creatures with thoughts and feelings and things to do, just like you, Jeff. Women are not one-dimensional things, and they exist outside of you, outside of men in general. And comparing them to a drug, to a substance, to a thing that causes actual disease and mental health problems in people is disgusting and completely insulting. Your lust only exists to you. If your lust is really affecting your life this much, this deeply, that this is what you've been called to do, to make a space exclusionary of them, then you should stay inside and figure your own shit out, bro. And you should absolutely leave women the fuck alone. Because, Jeff, my guy, this is the same logic used by incels and rapists. That's mighty thin ice that you're skating on there. So modern Christians kind of have this agreement that, like, Old Testament law is antiquity, right? And then when Jesus came and brought the Gospels, the new law, and so they all say they mainly focus on the Gospels of Jesus, right? How very convenient, Jeff, that you forgot the literal Sermon on the Mount from Matthew chapter 5, which says, You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery,' but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell." Instead of cutting off the parts of yourself, and I don't mean this literally, like obviously I don't think this is meant to be taken literally, right? Instead of cutting off the parts of yourself that wrongfully lust after a woman or makes you want to commit adultery, you're just eliminating the women. And that's fucked up. God forbid they're disrupting your gym session because you're staring at them. Ugh. I hate this like code switch they do when they say females like that. Females. It makes me feel like they look at me like I'm a heifer or something. Or some like little doe in the woods or something. It just freaks me out. It freaks me out. I mentioned earlier in the video when he was talking about the Bible studies within his gym. He said something about like, you know, at your local church, there'll be like different Bible study groups, devotional groups, whatever. And like there's a lot more of those groups for women than there are for men. I never understood why that was so gendered that way. Like, I don't get why we can't all like work and study or like ask for help together. I don't get why it has to be such a gender divided thing. But I guess that's just, you know, how it plays out with like the traditional values. Men are the leaders and women submit and raise kids and cook and whatever. But he said like, you know, these men like him need other men to lead them. And I just hate hearing stuff like that. I'm like, it just makes me sound like you can't have a deep personal conversation with a woman ever. And it makes me wonder what a lot of these guys' marriages or relationships do look like. Because like, do you not take your wife seriously enough to have a meaningful conversation about your faith with her? But you just have to have another man do that with you? I just don't get it. Obviously, when I found this new video, I realized that, yeah, Jeff wants to come across like a normal, nice guy on his main social media. He makes it all, you know, family-oriented. Oh, look at me, I'm a single dad. Oh, look at this workout I'm doing. But in the 3 weeks since I decided to make this video about him, if he has like any media inquiry, any like interview or whatever, yeah, that's when he says the quiet part out loud, right? And it's also, he'll get more clicks, more Instagram followers, more people that are interested in his gym, whatever. And for that, I shame him. Shame. So embarrassing, dude. Like, you're trying to act like you're not that guy, but then as soon as Fox News wants to ask you about it, you're immediately going back to it like, yeah, I can't have women around because they're evil and they're gonna lead me to sin. It's like, you can't do both. You can't be like sensible and normal and reasonable and be saying this shit on Fox News. So he's gonna keep getting clowned on, and I love that for him. I hope he's enjoying all the gay jokes that I've seen in comments on posts about him, because holy shit, dude, they write themselves. I mentioned his like gym logo before and how he can't be around women in gym clothes, but he's like constantly shirtless and around other shirtless guys. But I haven't even told you the best part yet, dude. Let me read you this little quip from his website. This is him describing the logo. "This mark represents more than strength. It represents sharpening. The crossed iron symbolizes brotherhood forged through pressure. The anvil reminds us that every man is shaped through heat, friction, and discipline. And the center stands the truth that defines us. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Heat, friction, discipline. Those are the three elements of an unstoppable man of God right there." Anyways, thank you for stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This guy got me kind of heated making this video. If you have heard any other stories, people similar to this, I'm all ears. Please let me know if there's anyone you want me to talk about. I hope today you get to go have a nice workout at a normal people gym, because you're a normal human being who goes to the gym for solely working out and not for looking at other people's bodies. And always remember, it's nice to be cool, but it's cool to be nice.